Hello, welcome back to our video series. We continue to review the textbook, Understanding Construction Drawings. So this video is about Unit 20, and that is roof construction terms. So we need to understand how to identify common roof types, define the terms used to lay out and construct a roof, and then state roof pitches as a ratio of rise to run or as a fraction. This is a very small chapter, very small unit, but it is very important. And whether the roof is framed with trusses or with side-built rafters, the same convention is used to write the slope of the roof. So there are a few types of roofs, and they're commonly used in residential construction. So please refer to the textbook. You can see them. You can see the actual representation of the roofs. So to name a few, there are such roofs as gable, hip roof, shed roof, mansard, and gambrel. So if you are not familiar with those types of roof, I highly recommend to take a look at the drawings here. But let's describe them briefly. So the gable roof consists of two sloping sides that meet at the ridge. The triangle formed at the ends of the house between the top plates of the wall and roof is called the gable. The hip roof slopes on all four sides. So the hip roof has no exposed wall above the top plates. And the shed roof is a simple sloped roof with no ridge. You've seen many of them. The mansard roof is like a hip roof, except the lower half of the roof has a very steep slope, and the top half is more gradual. So also the mansard roof slopes on all four sides, and that is specifically created to have more space, more livable space under the roof. So it's usually like a little mansard, like a little second or third floor. And that's why the roof is shaped this way. The gambrel roof is like a gable roof, and the sides slope very steeply from the walls to a point about halfway up the roof. And then above this point, the slope is more gradual. So again, this is for additional space under the roof. So the gable roof is one of the most common types used on houses, and the gambrel is similar in we usually see that in the residential construction as well. So when we talk about roof construction terms, the most common type of roof framing for light construction is a roof truss, and we need to know the details of the truss. So the rise is the total height of the truss, then the bottom joist that connects two walls together and that runs perpendicular to the walls is a bottom chord. Then there are, if there are any overhangs, that will be just covered by the soffit on the outside. Then there is a web, and there is a top chord that goes on right under the roof shingles that supports the sheathing. So please take a look at the drawings. It is important to know it. You need to understand how that is connected and how that is actually represented in the construction drawings. And let's recap. So top chord is the top member in the truss. Bottom chord is the bottom member of the truss and acts as a ceiling joist for the space below. A web member is any of the interior bracing between the top chord and the bottom chord. A gusset is a reinforcing piece of metal or plywood fastened to the truss where members are joined. Span is the distance between the outsides of the walls covered by a roof. Rise is the vertical distance or height of the roof. The overhang is the horizontal distance covered by the roof outside or outside the walls. The tail is the portion of the top chord that is outside the walls. The slope of a roof is a way of indicating how steep the roof is. The slope of a roof is usually given as the number of inches of rise per foot of run. This is called unit rise. Another way of stating the steepness of a roof is pitch. Pitch is the rise of the roof divided by the span and is stated as a fraction. So in right and unit rise, the slope is given as the number of inches of rise for every 12 inches of run. And please refer to the textbook again. So it is actually graphically shown here. So the rise per foot of run is given on drawings with the triangle, with the right angle triangle. The horizontal leg of this symbol represents the run. The vertical leg represents the rise. And these slopes are written here as 10 in 12 and 5 in 12. So please take a look at this. What else is important here? You can see that the roof slope is usually shown on building elevations. This is where you can find it. And when the dimensions are given for a run of other than 12 feet, the rise per foot of run can be calculated. So divide 12 by the actual run to find the proper ratio of rise. And multiply this result by the actual rise to find the rise per foot of run. It sounds like a mouthful, but when you see actually the drawings, that will be very easy for you. So although modern roof frames are built with trusses, it's valuable to know something about rafter framed roof because some special situations call for rafters to be cut and installed on the site. The terms defined here again in the drawing, so please make sure that you are familiar with them. And let's recap here. So the run is the vertical distance covered by one rafter. Run does not include any part of the rafter that extends beyond the wall. On a common two-sided roof with both sides having the same pitch, the run is 1/2 the span. Please remember that. The measuring line is an imaginary line along which all roof dimensions are taken. The measuring line of a rafter is a line parallel to its edges and passing through the deepest part of the bird's mouth. And the bird's mouth is a notch cut in the lower edge of the rafter to fit around the top of the wall. The ridge board is the horizontal member to which the upper ends of the rafter are connected. So again, please refer to the images. And also there are a few green notes, so that will help you with your sustainability intent. And that was it for Unit 20. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in Unit 21.